today we are witnessing the slow but systematic destruction of journalism. The business model it was built on has been blown up by new technologies and not yet fully rebuilt. Media fragmentation has led to what we can call the narrowing of the collective consciousness, by which I mean that these days fewer and fewer people are exposed to news and views they don't already agree with.
The most dangerous idea that could alter the PR business is sort of on a macro level, just not adapting to the changes, and there being a big shakeout because of that. And having a lot of PR being thought of as media relations and being relegated to that, when really right now there's a big blurring of the lines.
Now it's not pitching stories to reporters in a way that was professionalized and industrialized, but rather going directly to audiences and telling them the story.
The problem is that the tools that have exclusively been in the hands of organizations for broadcast are now in the hands of individuals to use for group communication, whether that's small groups or somewhat larger groups. And now you have individuals who have found that the costs of producing web content have come down to essentially zero.
When we look at the way PR is structured, it's very much still along the lines of like a service industry from 20, 30 years ago, where the amount of time you put in equates to value. But I think we're learning nowadays that doesn't mean anything anymore.
First, PR people need to educate themselves, but then they must educate their clients. Their clients are still looking for a pile of clips. And those are important, there's no two ways about it, but there are other things that are equally, if not more important, that are going on, and they're not keeping up.
The most critical issue for this business going forward is going to be how to attract the top talent from business schools, from marketing schools, from journalism schools, into the public relations profession.
Hopefully the public relations industry will look more diversified than what it is today. As you know, there's an increase of minorities over the last 20 years here in the United States, and unfortunately our industry does not reflect that diversity.
Right now I hear a lot of talk about authenticity, I hear a lot of talk about engagement, I hear a lot of talk about using social media channels, and that the brand is out of control and all these things. I feel like a lot of the people that I hear saying these aren't offering practical solutions. They don't know what that really means. This industry is going to die if we don't find people who actually know what that means.
Things are moving so fast in the Web 2.0 environment. Clients are developing internal sense and respond capability. They're actually managing messages, and the question will be, do we have time for the PR firm?
One of the big changes is that the PR firm of the future is going to have many, many more tools at its disposal than is currently the case. I think you will see public relations firms begin to own advertising agencies, to begin to own design firms, to begin to own research capabilities. All of those things, it seems to me, are legitimate tools of public relations.
Clearly, we can't continue to do business in the same old way. We're forgetting the touchstones of really what PR is all about.